presentation on the GreenGrove Mall incident. Um, for my first slide, I will be having an introduction. The GreenGrove Mall case occurred when a woman named Lisa slipped and fell near the food court entrance. It had been raining that day, the floor was wet, but there was no warning signs posted around the mall to help the customers realize that the mall floor may be wet. And as a result, Lisa suffered some serious injuries, including a fractured wrist along with back pain. Lisa is now suing the mall for negligence. What the mall claims is that they're not responsible and that Lisa may have been distracted at the time of her slip and fall incident. So that is the GreenGrove Mall incident. Slide 2. This case falls under the category of negligence. It wasn't an intentional act. No one was sent, to hurt or abuse Lisa in any way or form. And it's not strictly like a liability case, which usually applies to things like dangerous animals or like maybe an explosive left in the building, if they were gonna blow it up or anything. But the mall, this case was clearly about the mall failing to act responsibly and being reasonable, for maintaining a safe environment for customers like Lisa, with providing the wet floor signs around to make sure that people know that they're walking in an area that might be not the safest to walk into. And the failure to act responsibly defines what negligence is in this situation. For slide 3, I will be describing the 4 elements required to approve the negligence claim. There are 4 elements required to approve approved negligence claims, which are duty of care, breach of duty, causation, and damages. First, GreenGrove Mall had a duty to keep a safe area and environment for the customers. Second, they breached that duty by not placing warning signs or cleaning up the wet floor thoroughly enough during the raining period. Third, Lisa's fall happened because of that wet floor. So there's a direct link that we call causation, the causation reason. And finally, she experienced actual physical damages like medical bills and physical pain to go along with those bills, which completes all 4 elements of the negligence claim that Lisa files. Let's go to the next slide. So the mall may try to claim that, Lisa was partially responsible for her fall, and maybe she was looking at her phone or not really paying attention to her surroundings, and that's what led her to ultimately fall and, fall without having the knowledge that she was walking into an area that was, not the safest. But that would be a positive point on her behalf, considering that she wasn't paying attention. Like, when you're walking through a mall, you shouldn't have to be looking around on the floor to see if there's there should be signs posted like, hello, there's water here, this bathroom doesn't work, this door may be swinging open without warrant. Like, things like that are things that the mall should provide information on for the customers to be aware, so that problems like this do not occur. Nothing actually grabbed her attention to let her know that there was a wet floor around her. So that's on the mall. They may also claim, the mall may also claim assumption of risk. Risk meaning research, like looking back on camera, she should have known that it was slippery because it was raining outside. But honestly, those arguments are weak unless they can show that there's there's strong proof that Lisa had the intent to fall, or that the whole floor was wet. It would be different if the whole complete floor of the mall was wet, then that would be making more sense. Or if Lisa was avoiding obvious danger, then that would be that would be on her behalf. That would be her fault. But even then, still, the mall had a responsibility to put a warning sign for the floors down and clean the area thoroughly. So that is their fault. For my next slide, Based on the facts of this case leak, Lisa is most likely to win her case. The mall clearly failed to meet its duty to maintain a safe environment like they promised, and that led directly to Lisa's injuries. If she wins, she could be awarded damages for her medical expenses, pain, and suffering. She's even eligible to be able to recover the lost wages that she's losing while not being able to be in work form right now. Um, let's go. Next slide. If GreenGrove Mall wants to avoid situations like this in the future, they need to make some changes. First, they should put wet floor signs immediately whenever there's a spill or it's raining. Second, regular safety checks by staff are a must, especially in high traffic areas throughout the mall, such as bathrooms, popular stores, the food court areas. And I would say also training employees to recognize their response or risks that could, make a huge difference in, earning money for the mall or losing money for the mall and, organizations and all. Even something as simple as a non-slip mat could help prevent more accidents like this in Lisa's case. And that is all. Thank you.